Welcome, Mr. Townley. Welcome back in the office. Good to see you.
You too.
All right, so I have some good news. I've reviewed your exam findings from your last visit, and you seem to be a perfect candidate for chiropractic care. I'm not guaranteeing any results, but I've seen several patients who have come in with similar symptoms that you presented with, and we have really improved their way of life. So as we discussed last time, the importance of the nervous system, I'm going to go over that real fast just so you remember. The brain connects to the spinal cord, and off the spinal cord you have nerves that control every single tissue and cell of the body. If at any time there's any interference here running out, the target organ or cell can't function properly. I like to use the analogy as, you have a water hose. If their hose is perfectly laid out, you're getting a very good flow of water coming out. If there's a kink in there, the pressure is not as good. That's the same here. If these bones become misaligned, which is what we call a subluxation, it's going to put some stress on these nerves, or pinch them off, and that's going to mean that the target tissue isn't getting the proper signal from the brain. And going back through, the brain sends signals to the tissue, and the tissue sends back so we can, body can function properly and optimally. So the goal of our chiropractic care, what we're going to do is we're going to restore any of this function that has been lost in your spine. And this is just over time, the way we live, our posture can cause these subluxations, So your specific problem, you presented with the pain in your low back going down your leg and stuff. So what we saw in the x-ray is you have some thinning here in these discs. And what that's doing is that's biomechanically changing your spine, okay? And when that occurs, your body will compensate. So the muscles around there have to reestablish their position to compensate for this loss of disc space. And when that happens, it can constrict those muscles, and that's blocking that nerve interference to the body, causing your symptoms. So, you came in, you had tingling, we had some loss of sensation. We did the reflection, remember when I hit you with the hammer? Those were a little bit diminished. And that's all just very indicative of improper nerve flow coming from here in this area down to those target tissues as I discussed earlier. So what we're going to do is your treatment. So we'll bring you in, and we'll adjust you. And what that's going to do is that's going to restore motion into this area, and hopefully that's going to rehydrate those discs. It may not make them fully to where they need to be, but it's definitely going to improve that area and let your body kind of take over and get back into its normal position. You might see some other symptoms that you've been having. I noticed on your form you said there had been some loss of intimacy. And that stuff like that can be fixed, even though we're addressing kind of this problem on your leg. Stuff like that can be fixed as we restore the proper flow throughout the spine. So what we're going to do is we'll come in, we'll adjust you. I'm going to do some soft tissue work. I like to see you 3 times a week for the first 2 weeks, and then after that we're going to see you 2 times a week for the next 2 weeks. So that's a month of 10 visits. And I charge $50 a visit. That includes everything. I'm a cash practice only, so we'll come in, we'll work on you, do all that. You'll go out, you'll pay the lady cash, and then you'll just come back in the next day. You'll already be scheduled. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to send you home with this, just kind of to read. It kind of overlies some nutrition, some other benefits of chiropractic care, and then it also here in the back has some exercises, as you can see, that will help you with your low back. That I'm not really implementing them now, but as we kind of go through maybe a week, I'm going to actually sit down with you and do some stretches, because as we restore this, these muscles can always go back into this subluxated pattern, and if we do the stretches at home, that's really going to benefit the adjustment. So I'm going to give that to you. Do you have any questions? Okay, we'll take you back. Yeah, thank you.